Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and today we're making cute and delicious pumpkin cookies. Let's get started. This cookie dough needs time to chill in the refrigerator before we bake them, so we won't preheat our oven until later on. For these pumpkin cookies we will need 2.5 cups of flour, a cup of granulated sugar, 1.5 sticks of butter, an egg, a half a cup of pumpkin puree, a half a cup of packed brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I also want to note that we will need additional granulated sugar and cinnamon later on for rolling. In a large bowl, we will combine our flour, baking powder, salt, and cinnamon with the whisk. This just helps to break up any clumps. Once everything is mixed together, we will just set our flour mixture aside for later. Now we will move over to our electric mixer and cream together our butter, granulated sugar, and packed brown sugar. I like to break up my butter into cubes before adding to the mixer. I often use my electric stand mixer, but I always like to note that a handheld mixer works just as great. While our sugar and butter are mixing, let's crack our egg and get it ready for the next step. Once our sugar and butter are well combined, we will add our egg. Now that our egg has been added, we will mix in our vanilla extract. Remember to turn off your mixer and scrape down your bowl as needed. That way you can ensure all of your ingredients are being properly mixed in. We are now ready to stir in our pumpkin puree. Once our pumpkin puree has been added, we're ready to start adding our flour mixture that we set aside earlier. Add the flour mixture little by little until all of it has been added to your cookie dough. Once all of your flour mixture has been added and your cookie dough forms, turn off your mixer and with the spatula scrape the sides and bottom of your bowl, making sure everything is fully incorporated. Cover your cookie dough with plastic wrap and place it in your refrigerator for at least 1 hour or overnight. This step is really important because it helps your cookie dough to set, and it also makes it a lot easier to handle when you're rolling your cookies. While our cookie dough is in the fridge, I like to prepare my cinnamon sugar for later. To make our cinnamon sugar, all we will need is 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Add the cinnamon to your sugar and mix together with a spoon. And just like that, you have cinnamon sugar. After your cookie dough has had the time it needs to chill in the refrigerator, we will preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. While our oven is preheating, we will form our cookies. But first, let's grab our cookie dough from the refrigerator. With a teaspoon, scoop some of your cookie dough and form it into a ball. Now we will place it in the cinnamon sugar and roll it around until it is fully coated. Once it's fully coated, place it on a parchment paper lined baking sheet and repeat these steps, but be sure to place your cookies about 2 inches apart from each other. Now that our cookie sheet is filled, we will use the bottom of a glass and flatten our cookies, about 1/2 inch thick. Repeat until all of your cookies are flattened. At this point, you can actually bake your cookies as is, but I like to make my pumpkin cookies look a little more festive. This pumpkin design is super cute and actually really easy to make. Remove some of your dough into a small bowl and dye it green. This will be used as the stem of our pumpkin. I suggest doing this step right after you make your dough and before you refrigerate it. That way your dough will be easier to handle when it comes to assembling your pumpkins. To our flattened cookies, we will make a small slit at the top, and we will stretch it out a little bit so that it makes a small V. Now we will add 2 curved score lines to the belly of our cookie. This will give it that signature pumpkin look. To finish off our pumpkin, take a tiny amount of that green colored cookie dough and form it into a small bowl. Add it to the top of your pumpkin where we added that slit earlier. Feel free to shape it so that it resembles that of a stem, and maneuver it so that it fits perfectly within the slit of the pumpkin. Here you can kind of see what happens when your dough is not chilled enough. It's sticky and harder to work with. My green dough could have definitely used more time in the refrigerator before assembling these pumpkins. Now that our cookies are shaped into cute pumpkins, we're ready to bake them. We will bake our cookies for about 6 to 9 minutes. Your cookies will puff up a little bit once they're done baking. Allow your cookies to cool down before transferring to a plate. Our pumpkin cookies are now ready to eat. I hope you enjoyed the video and give this recipe a try. Thank you for watching and be sure to like and subscribe for more.